Jai Guru. Today we are going to talk basically my favorite topic, that is philosophy. That what really the philosophy is. Not what people have really talked about philosophy, but how should we take philosophy? As far as I understand, there are plenty of questions which are unanswered in this world. The science cannot explain it properly as till today. So, philosophy is a subject which tries to answer these complicated questions in certain way. But in philosophy also, so you see that all philosophers, they are not having a one particular thought about one thing. Various philosophies are there. So how should we take this philosophy in our mind? Because in case we take philosophy of one person and compare with another one, then also the conflict comes. Which conflict, as per I would say spirituality, is not considered to be, there should not be any conflict. So in case I talk about philosophy of Shankaracharya, where basically you say Advaita Vedanta, or we take about Madhavacharya, which talks about Vishisht Advaita, Advaita or Dvaita, whatever it is. So in that case, in case I follow Shankaracharya, am I not defying Madhavacharya? So Madhavacharya, there are certain people, those who believe in Madhavacharya completely. Certain people, those who believe in Shankaracharya completely. And there are plenty more. Every person has got different philosophies. How should we take it? Who is correct? So what is the only thing what I feel, that there are plenty of things which are unknown in the world. Let them remain unknown. So one quote which I recently came into, I would say, happened to read it. I liked it very much. You see, your knowledge, in case you want to judge these unknown things through your knowledge, you will never get the answer. So, what is philosophy? Philosophy basically is an answer, is a knowledge. Based on that knowledge, in case you want to judge these unknown things, which are plenty of things, you will never be able to find the answer. So, how can we take it that philosophy is 100%? Or in case I am a Shankaracharya Bhakt, I will say no, Shankaracharya is only correct. Then when I say Shankaracharya is the only person correct, then I am saying that Madhavacharya is wrong. That I would say does not really convince me, because it is the way of looking. In case I put it in an example form, I'll say like that: you see a beautiful moon. I'm, I would say, Renu, in case you are there in front of me, I'll say, see, this is moon. So my finger is pointing at moon, but is my finger moon? Mm. My finger is not moon. Moon is somewhere else. Similarly, the knowledge which I would say guides towards the ultimate reality, that knowledge is not a God, is not ultimate reality. That is just pointing towards the ultimate reality. So similarly, in case I say Shankaracharya also is pointing, Madhavacharya also is pointing, and many other philosophers world over, they are also pointing. They cannot be considered as ultimate, because ultimate reality is not to be seen. Is not to be seen, it has to be realized. One has to realize that particular knowledge, then only I would say you will be able to come a glimpse of that. One more very interesting thing comes up. In case I say this is moon, to look at moon, do you really require my finger? Mm. We need eyes to see. We need eyes to see. Yeah, eyes. This, though it is pointing, it is not required. Similarly, in case you talk about knowledge, and ultimate reality. Both the things. For to judge the ultimate reality, the knowledge is not required. You have to have the realization. It will be realized provided you have that sort of fire within you, that sort of urge within you for the word. There are plenty of ways. Dvait will talk about no, Advait is good, Advait is say no, Dvait is good. Sir, I like that the teacher very much. Though he tries to, teach us the ultimate reality through Vedanta, Advait Vedanta, but he never ever, I would say, advocate this is the only thing.
Adi Shankar.
No, our
Teacher,
Ghosh sir. Guruji, Ghosh sir. Ghosh sir will never say that. He says, follow everything. Everything, whatever comes to your mind, you follow that. But at the same time, he would like to teach ultimate reality through Advait Vedanta of Shankaracharya. He never criticizes. So he says, पूजा भी करो, सब कुछ करो, रामानुजम को भी मानो, माधवाचार्य को भी मानो, इनको भी मानो, सबको मानो, कबीर को मानो, everybody you do it, learn from wherever it is possible. Correct. So that's the reason, I would say, one reason why I love sir. And he is doing it without expectation. Just imagine, in case I imagine, like last 15 years I've been coming out here without, I would say, he's so busy. But like 15 years, not even a single Sunday where he say, no, session will not happen.
Even is like it possible? Today is not there, you're taking the session.
Somehow the session happens. Because this is desire.
Grace is there.
Yeah, the grace is there. Grace is there. The grace has to be, basically you have to understand that. So again, coming to this philosophy and ultimate reality. Ultimate reality, unless until it is realized, you will not come to know whether it is anybody, what the matter. And main thing, what do you mean by ultimate reality? The person who has seen the ultimate reality, we call it he is enlightened. So what is this enlightenment? That means some superhuman power has come into him.
Self-realized.
Self-realized. But in that case, in case you are talking about, say, somebody of superhuman powers, I can't really understand that when God gives us this body, He has bounded us with 5 senses. And these 5 senses also capacity varies from different people. I may not have the same sense capacity as what you have. In 5 senses also there's a variation is there. We are talking only about humans, but in case we talk about other species, then we are not even aware about there can be more than 5 senses. We are not aware. And variation is so much, like what dog can smell, human can't. Snake, somebody can see, owl can see, we can't. That means in that sense, 5 senses also, we are range bound. We don't know the upper limit, we don't know the lower limit. So when we are bounded by this thing and God gives us that way, does God will define his own rule outside sending us to this earth and we can be a superhuman? So the superhuman concept somehow it doesn't gel with me. God cannot. One can have a variation, like you may be a little more what others can, but you cannot go beyond a particular level. So when you talk about why some till date, nobody has been able to find the mystery of life. My thinking goes like that. In God does not wish us to really know that what is the ultimate, so that we think. When God does not want, tell nobody will ever come to know. That's what is happening. We have got history of, I would say, ages now, so many thousands of years. But till today, nobody has been able to find the mystery of life. Though we are trying, but still, no, nothing can be said 100%. Now, many people are talking about consciousness, where I am also really fond of. Sir is also very fond of that. Ultimately, yeah, consciousness. But when you talk about consciousness, that really, I would say, talks about true spirituality. What the spirituality has to be. Dvait makes you, it is mine, like only God and me. Advait, when we talk about consciousness, so it makes us more spiritual, because we don't really uh, you know uh, discuss about when we talk about Advait. So there's no person, because say I'm also God, you're also God. When we both are equal, where's the conflict? The conflict does not come, provided we realize that. That's the reason I also like Advait more than anything. But that does not mean I against Dvait. God is there. God is in the particular form. So there, in case I talk about various groups, religious groups like Dvait, Muslim, your Islam is based on Dvait, Christianity is based on Dvait, half of Hinduism is based on Dvait only. But if you really see, there's no difference. Basically, is there द्वैत में अगर आप देखेंगे तो there's no difference, because in Islam, Muhammad is called पैगंबर. He is not God. He is पैगंबर है.
प्रॉफिट है.
Prophet है.
भगवान नहीं.
हाँ, भगवान नहीं है.
अल्लाह वो मानते हैं.
हाँ.
जो
Same way.
ब्राह्मण जो बोलते हैं उनको अल्लाह मानते हैं.
Absolutely. The similarly, in case you talk about Christianity, your Christ is son of God. Is not God. They say God, son of God. But in Hinduism it's a little different, because हमने जो अवतार का मतलब है, हमने अवतार हैं, कृष्ण अवतार हैं, राम अवतार हैं, पर हमने उनको गॉड मान लिया. पर कॉन्सेप्ट वही है. हमारे यहाँ पे भी अवतार है, because he has bought, they came into human form. So just tell, I would say, one thought comes to my mind. When God came into human form, he has to abide by the rules made for humans. How can he defy his own rules? In case God himself decides to take a birth as a human, so he has to be human only. He can't be superhuman. He can be the best of human, but he cannot be a beyond human. Because in case he becomes a beyond human, he is defying his own rules. Do you think anybody? Yeah.
मतलब एक जो आर्केटाइप होना चाहिए जिसको सामाजिक तौर पे हम फॉलो कर सके और उनका जो व्यवहार
कर सके. Absolutely. The best human you can say, but he cannot be superhuman.
पर शिवजी तो थे ना दोनों.
देखो शिवजी फिर भी अवतार नहीं थे. शिवजी अवतार नहीं थे. शंकर, Shankar, that is basically Shaivism, so that we call it God, Shakti. उसके अंदर different philosophies आ जाती हैं. Ultimately, it is a part of philosophy, only one of the philosophy which one person gave, maybe through, my knowledge is limited on that. And that's the reason I would not like to really comment on, those complicated issues of dharma and all that, how they came. But ultimately, they are philosophies. Like, in case a spiritual person, like I am a very spiritual person, in case I say, and I see God. So, in what form will I see a God? In case I am a Hindu, I will say Ram, Krishna, Shiva, or whatever it is. But in case I am a Christian, I am going to see Christ. In case I am In Islamic, I will say as Muhammad or Allah, whatever it is. So, based on wherever you are, your visualization of God is different. But in case you talk about what is that visualization, is it not based on our conditioning? The way we are conditioned from the childhood. आपको हनुमान जी या राम जी दिखते हैं, पर in case some Christian is there, they will see Christ. So do you think there's any difference between both?
No.
No. You are
They say
same.
what form they want to see.
They want to see.
As
So
to
form is form important or realization important?
realization.
Realization. The form
वही
is
तो
not
conflict होता है.
absolute.
तो form
तो
में
इस
ही
कॉन्फ्लिक्ट से हमको निकलना है.
correct.
निकलना तो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट कैसे निकलेंगे? यू से आपको क्राइस्ट दिखे, मुझे राम दिखे, पर दोनों एक जैसे हैं हम लोग.
हाँ.
बिकॉज दोनों को दिखे वही बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो आपको ये नहीं, आप बोलोगे आपको राम क्यों नहीं दिखे, दैट स्टार्ट्स फाइट. वहां पे कॉन्फ्लिक्ट आ जाता. तो जहां तक हो हमें कॉन्फ्लिक्ट से बचना है. कॉन्फ्लिक्ट से बचना है. तो wherever we are, like in case somebody language should not be a this thing, your upbringing should not be there. In case you want to understand true spirituality, you have to think only one way, which I feel personally, that you are the only person on this earth at present, nobody around. Then how you're going to feel? You have to remove your conditioning. Whatever you thought, think it over, that is this thought basically inner thought, my pure thought, or it is a conditioned thought?
Conditioned, everything. Yeah.
Everything.
We are carrying so much baggage.
Absolutely. That conditioning has to be removed. So, in case you want to get an answer, always you will get the perfect answer in case I am the alone person. फिर उसके बाद में क्या होता है, that thought again you think कि ये जो मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि is it, who has conditioned? Is it my society or people around
Class,
me? Somebody?
gender,
all these, gender, everything. Even I'm happy that you said gender. Gender also is one of them.
और इंडिया
Because
में
many
तो
people don't
जरूरत से
understand.
ज्यादा है gender.
जरूरत से ज्यादा है, जरूरत से ज्यादा है. So this is what really you have to basically understand.
हम यही बात कर रहे थे ऑटो में सर कि जब दोस्ती करते हैं, मैं तो एटलीस्ट, और ये भी मेरे जैसे, हम ये नहीं देखते कि वो हम इंसान देखते हैं. आई डोंट डिफरेंशिएट मेल फीमेल. फ्रेंड इज फ्रेंड.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely
उसके
correct.
अंदर क्या है, उसका चित्त, उसका मन, उसका, we see the soul of the person, correct? We see the भाव. I don't care whether the person is transgender, man, woman.
Absolutely correct.
Going beyond that, don't be fixated
That's what
on
is
these conditions.
And God has made things such a way that aura of a person attracts.
Yeah,
You don't get attracted to anybody, everybody.
correct.
You get attracted to few, and that, who decides that? Because there's some, they say karma, because karma theory is also kind of philosophy, and very interesting philosophy, I would say. Or that I would say karma theory is one which has given answers to many complicated questions, is bit convincing manner. Though I would say Western world still, I would say, is not selling it with it, but somehow karma theory does give one logical answer. Logical, again, not 100% correct, and you can't say no, this theory only is correct, but this gives one of the things which you get really, your mind gets convinced with it. Yes, this is possible,
Right.
this might be possible. So again, where I started philosophy, this is also one of the philosophy. Yes.
You had said philosophy of a person. So how we come to know philosophy of a person?
See, many of the people, they have tried to explain life and many unsolved questions of life through their thought process. And various, they have done it little bit scientifically in that manner, but still you can't say 100% that it is correct. If you really, one thing which comes to my mind, that how to judge an ultimate reality, how to find a reality. So there are 7 8 ways where they talk about कि this is the way you can say it is real. One of them is you see, look at with your eyes. Second is that is not प्रत्यक्ष, मेरे सामने हुआ, ये कोई प्रत्यक्ष, then I can say that yes it is real, मेरे सामने हुआ है. और उसमें भी बहुत सारे disputes हैं. There are 8 and certain people they call it 12 also, certain people they zero it down to only 4 and 5. But I'm just giving you an idea that what are these. Second thing they say that through word of mouth, like I believe Renu 100%, and whenever Renu says, I say कि नहीं, Renu ने बोला she is reliable तो it must be true. But ultimately I am believing on Renu. How can I say it is my reality? It is Renu's reality. It is not my reality. तो माय रियलिटी एक तो प्रत्यक्ष, पर प्रत्यक्ष में भी डाउट्स आते हैं कई बार. यू डोंट नो बिकॉज दैट डिपेंड्स ऑन योर सेंसिंग कैपेसिटी. आपको रस्सी में सांप दिखता है तो व्हाट डू यू से दैट, ये तो मैंने प्रत्यक्ष देखा ना कि सांप दिखा मुझे, अपनी आंखों से देखा, पर फिर भी वो सही नहीं होता, रस्सी है, पर मेरे को सांप दिखा. तो हाउ डू यू say that perception का they like that they are 7 8. और दूसरा बोलते हैं जहां पे समझो एक पहाड़ के ऊपर धुआं है तो बोलते हैं जहां धुआं है वह आग भी है. तो ये क्या है, इन्फ्लुएंस कि धुएं के साथ में आपने आग को लिंक कर दिया, पर आग आपको दिखी नहीं, आपको खाली धुआं दिखा. तो like that there are 7 8 things they have seen it. they 12 के करीब हैं where they say कि this is the way to, once it passes through all you can say it is real, but still nothing can be called absolutely real.
पर सर वो रियल भी हम खुद अपने इससे ही अराइव करते हैं ना. अब जो भी अद्वैत फिलोसोफर्स जिन्होंने, माधवाचार्य जी है, रामानुजाचार्य जी, तो उन्होंने अपने लाइफ के ट्रेजेक्टरी से सेल्फ रियलाइज करके उनके परसेप्शन ऑफ मेटाफिजिकल गॉड हमें दे हैव पास्ड इट. सिमिलरली वेदास, व्हेन वी से कि जो वेदास हैं वो ऋग्वेद और ये सामवेद जो भी जो ऋषि मुनि जो सब लाइक दे से ना कि the Vedas are from the Shruti and Smriti, orally passed down. So those Rishi Munis who were doing so much tapas in those times and whatever, that truth or the perception that they arrived at was through their own thing, right? Like what? So, but we are taking it as a religious gospel truth.
Again, see, I take it like that. Ultimate reality is one. You believe or not?
I believe.
Ultimate reality is one.
I believe in the super consciousness.
There's one consciousness. So everybody's talk. Everybody's, like each philosopher, whether you talk about now whatever 3 names we have given, we talk about them, why they differ.
Each is questioning from their this thing.
Question, but there's a lot of difference. Like in case you know why Ramanujacharya and Madhavacharya questioned Shankaracharya's philosophy. In case it is ultimate, there should not be any question.
Correct.
I see it as real. It is real. Everybody. So why I would say Islam sees it differently, Christianity sees it differently, Madhavacharya, everybody sees it differently. So talking about that, whatever they realized, the ultimate truth, it is their own individualistic. It cannot be, I would say, copied down to you and me. Maybe or may not be. One cannot say 100% it should be. Are you with me?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? It cannot be 100% because ultimate reality, what I feel, in case you have to understand, it has to be same for all. This is ultimate reality, and everybody will be able should be able to see it as it is. Then there should not be a difference between that. But everybody sees this differently. Maybe their path is different. Goal is one, but we are more concerned, I would say, here with the path. We get attached to the path. The path is not important. That's what you mean to say. Are you
I
understanding?
think even the path is somewhere. I mean, why is the path not important? It's a means to the goal.
Absolutely.
So that is
Pa-
where you
I'm
are
not
enriched.
sorry. I'm nothing, but I'm little, I would say, wrong in that. I didn't mean to say the path is not important. Path is important, very, because with the path only you're going to reach there.
Correct.
But is it right to say that my path only is correct?
Not at all.
That's what I
That's
say.
wrong.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That my path, Jyotan, that this path. So when we say that I'm following Shankaracharya, their school,
Yes.
then in case I defy, I know there are plenty of people, those who are having a groups. They, I follow only Shankaracharya. I don't, believe in Madhavacharya God or Ramanujacharya God. There have got the objection. You become a sect.
Dogma.
Sect.
Correct.
You become a sect, and then you become a dogmatic towards that sect.
Absolutely.
So same thing, in case you expand it further, our three major religion like Islam, Christianity, and Hinduism, they both are conflicting among each other. But this conflict will always be there as long as we think that way, and that's the reason today you don't see people talking on the same level. Because even if you see Hinduism, because after that वो जाति पे आया, सब जाति पे आया, किस पे आया, सब पे जाके, because people like to divide. No, I am not okay with you. I'll form my own.
Exactly.
You form my own.
Yeah.
तो सब होता है. हिंदूज में अगर जाओ तो थाउजेंड्स हैं, इस्लाम में जाओ तो थाउजेंड्स हैं, क्रिश्चियनिटी में थाउजेंड्स.
और अपने में और भी है क्योंकि we are polytheistic.
Not all,
Monotheistic.
everywhere is same. This I really disagree because हमारे में ज्यादा, उनमें ज्यादा. ह्यूमन है, ह्यूमन की बेसिक नेचर है, वो बेसिक नेचर हर जगह पे सेम है. I believe world is running because there are more good people than the bad people. But you have to find those good people.
Good people. बिल्कुल.
The bad is not, they are going to be
I
there.
tell some of my Muslim acquaintances and friends कि आप मुझे ये क्वेश्चन मत पूछिए, आप हिंदू है, आप ब्राह्मण है, मुझे बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं है. देखिए आप में और मेरे में क्या अलग डीएनए है, आप अलग, आपकी आंखें अलग है, मेरे, we are all the same, we are all coming from same, so don't, we are all human. हमें we look for those compassion है कि नहीं, करुणा है कि नहीं, आप में वो भाव है कि नहीं. आप क्यों देख रहे हैं कि मैं मुस्लिम हूँ, हिंदू हूँ, ब्राह्मण हूँ, शूद्र हूँ, जो भी हूँ, why does it matter? आप ह्यूमन है कि नहीं?
Absolutely.
क्योंकि मेरे धर्म में मुझे ये नहीं सिखाता इंसानियत.
That's the main thing. Once you understand
The
that, then
means for
they have
many
reached.
people, sir, becomes the all important. They forget the end. जब means में घुसते हैं ना, the means to the end is religion. It is not the end in itself, but most people have made the means the end today.
So what is important here?
The
What
end,
is
the
important
goal,
that
the truth.
more and more people should stop, I would say, spreading
Hate.
hatred.
Like yesterday, just an example, then we proceed. If I'm
No, not at all, not at all, not at all.
But in this context, so I had gone with a friend to Tarkeshwar. He took me. I have not been to that. Beautiful, because I follow Shiv. Shiv is my main Ishtadev. So I loved the temple. We enjoyed being back. Then on the way back, he was saying, see all this Pakistan flags in our locality. It is really horrible. We should also put Bhagwa flags and everywhere. I'm fed up of seeing these people in those black burqas. We should also start wearing saffron. I said, you just ignore all this here. We have just come from the temple darshan. Why you are talking in these terms? छोड़ ना ये सब. Say, हाँ नहीं बात करना चाहिए. And I said, अब देव के दर्शन करके आए हो, अब हम ये जाति भेदभाव नहीं बात करें, प्लीज. कोई
Absolutely.
जरूरत नहीं है इसकी.
Absolutely.
शिव जी के लिए सब उनके बच्चे हैं ना.
Absolutely.
वो थोड़ी देख रहे हैं ये मुस्लिम है ये हिंदू है.
There's one philosophy really talks like that. I would say I really love it. That in this world, you're the only one because you're improving yourself.
हाँ.
Everybody around you has no meaning because you are seeing that. That sir gives very nice example of Dvait and Advait के ऊपर ही है उनका. He talks about there's one there was a discussion going on and there was a not discussion basically वो क्या बोलते हैं शास्त्रार्थ द्वैत और अद्वैत के ऊपर था. तो जो अद्वैत के गुरु थे वो अभी घर पे ही बैठे हुए थे. वो बोल रहे थे यार वो तो जो अद्वैत वाला है वो तो सर जीत जाएगा, आप आए नहीं. After a lot of conviction, like it's a long story but I'll cut it very short, he comes and what he says, only one question to him: can you see that mountain? बोलता yes I can see. तो उनसे बोलते खाली एक ही चीज उनसे पूछते, पहले कौन, पहले आप या पहले माउंटेन? आप हो तो माउंटेन है, अगर आप नहीं हो तो कहाँ है माउंटेन?
Exactly.
कहाँ है माउंटेन? तो सेम वे दैट अद्वैत वाला जो था, he realized, he immediately said pranam sir आप जीत गए. हाँ?
अच्छा.
And he left from there.
Even
तो
sir,
हाँ,
sir says even a dirty puddle in the road, it will be pure.
no, that is a different thing.
Different.
That is a different thing. Dirty bottle on the roll. He talks about sun, that it doesn't affect the sun.
Sun.
But in case he talk about this Dvait Advait story, so he talks it very nicely that पहले कौन? So it is you only are the observer of everything. तो अगर आप नहीं हो तो कुछ भी नहीं है.
So therefore we are Dvait.
हाँ?
Therefore we are Dvait.
We are
हम द्वैतम मतलब that is the द्वैता.
that's Advait. Advait. Advait means nothing. You are the God.
Non-dual. हाँ, हम
Non-dual.
हाँ, हाँ.
Non-dual. You are the God.
हाँ, हाँ.
Okay, you are not there. Nothing is there.
अच्छा वैसे हाँ.
Nothing is there.
Correct.
Everything
That's
is there
what
only
I
because
meant.
you are there.
Yes. I just want to type that. The mountain is there because you are there.
Because you are there. पहले कौन?
Yes.
और सर बोलते पहले कौन? पहले माउंटेन है. माउंटेन है क्या आप हो या आप हैं तब माउंटेन है. तो similarly, every situation in your life, this mountain is one thing. Every situation is like because you are there, this situation is there.
Correct. So वो consciousness finally it is also about being aware and conscious, na?
Being aware about consciousness, yes. Because once you understand consciousness, see, I very fondly say like that. See, you are not, consciousness is not within you. You are within the consciousness. The consciousness is ever spreading, everything it is ever, whatever you, God की हमारी जो 5 properties हैं, ever loving and you can do anything. That's all I would say, consciousness के ऊपर. Because consciousness gives us very logical answers to most of our questions, logical questions. So I only say that, I will end it now only with one thing, that there are plenty of things which are unknown. Never make your knowledge as a foolproof method to understand that unknown.
Correct.
Your knowledge is limited. योर नॉलेज, जैसे अगर मैं बोलता हूँ कि अल्टीमेट रियलिटी के लिए शंकराचार्य इज ओनली गुड, दैट इज बिकॉज शंकराचार्य इज अ नॉलेज. Ultimate reality can be found anywhere, but not only through Shankaracharya, not only through Madhavacharya, or not only to anybody. They are just pointers. No knowledge, not any amount of knowledge can lead us to God. They are just the pointer. In case you have that realization to understand the ultimate reality, for that no knowledge is needed, no pointer is needed. You will realize it automatically. Pointer helps, but pointer is not a ultimate reality. With this, I would like to end. Thank you very much. Jai Guru.